What's up, everyone? Sean here from Crypto on Cause Investing, bringing you a very exciting token review. And today we're going to be talking about Coin Merch. So let's hop on over to coinmerch.io and check out the website really quick. Now, this one does have a unique utility. So we are going to dive into the white paper rather than just a standard website review, but just wanted to give you a quick look at the website real quick. So let's hop right on over to the white paper and start with the vision and values. So our team, with the help of the experienced marketing assistance of Incubate Defi. Now, I do have a relationship with Incubate Defi, which is one of the reasons that I am bullish on this project, but they have a joint vision of truly revolutionizing the space among other DeFi projects by bringing to light a true use case, one that actually generates funds and feeds it back into our ecosystem to sustain the underlying token. We believe strongly that this is the direction successful DeFi projects will head to in the future, outside of the regular paradigm of projects we see today that are either based on a cool feature or a hype base with no underlying value. So I couldn't agree with that statement more. Anyone that knows me or have been following this channel knows that I've been saying for years now that in order to have a successful DeFi project, because to be clear, there are a very, very few successful DeFi projects, you have to have some kind of revenue or some kind of underlying value that will help feed the chart rather than, hey, buy my chart and then sell the chart. So you can't just rely on investors to buy and sell, because we all know how that ends. And it ends, unfortunately, in DeFi projects like that. I would probably say 99% of the times. So this project will bring a use case that will pump revenue back into the token. So it's awesome to see a token that is actually doing that. So how will we make this a reality? We have developed a one-stop merchandise shop where we will ship a range of custom quality products such as sweatshirts, catering to requirements of partner projects and more. The purchase of such goods are available to do with most cryptocurrencies in our shop, including BNB and BUSD. So let's talk scalability. Our goal is to partner with as many hype communities as possible to launch their merchandise lines and run a profit sharing system. Long term, we look at ourselves as the go-to merchandise launchpad where we will sell out limited stocks items for not just crypto brands, but exchanges, venture capital firms, and NFT influencers who want to launch their clothing collections. This will give us a mass exposure amongst communities who, when visiting our site, will not only learn about the Coin Merch brand, but the underlying token merch as well. This will help keep us trending amongst social circles across networks throughout the age of the token. Further, we are going to list merch on at least one tiering centralized exchange in the first month of the launch. This, along with our well-designed affiliated program, where we will be shipping custom t-shirts to well-known influencers, will bring a lot of attention and sales to the merchandise store. The team is dedicated towards using all their built connections and ensuring a low-cost yet efficient methodology of marketing and scaling the brand. So the concept's actually pretty simple yet pretty unique, in my opinion, I guess you can say. So basically, if you're a crypto and you want to do merch, but maybe you don't have the connections to do it yourself, or you don't have the capabilities, you get in touch with Coin Merch. They produce the merchandise for you. They sell it on their site, and then the revenue is split. So again, it's constantly bringing them to new communities, because that's a really good thing to do. It's hard to do because a lot of communities only care about their token and they don't want to bring in outsiders or talk about another token, even though that's a whole different, issue that the space has. I think there's room for everyone. I love networking. I love tokens coming together, but this is a very good way to do it in the sense that you are bringing something to that token by selling that merchandise. So again, I have a project. I have to figure out some, copyright issues potentially, but I will very much be talking to Coin Merch about launching merch for our project coming up very soon. Earlier, we talked about how revenue was going to be flowing back into this project and was going to keep it alive, keep the momentum going, keep that hype going. So let's talk about how exactly that's going to be done. So interconnections with merch, all listing fees, Profits of incorporations and sales of merchandise will go directly towards buying back merch. So everything right here, fees, profits, all of that will go back to buying merch. This will act as an insurance fund for the token and will be reflected on the chart in real time with every product purchase in our store. So that's awesome. Every time a product is purchased, you are going to see that reflection directly on the chart. And we could explore making merch the native token for purchases, but that limits the audience we can cater. It can also create immense sell pressure to supply costs. Therefore, we have chosen this route, a way in which there can only be value added to the token. Long term, we can explore making merch the native currency. We aim to show the industry that the next wave of tokens are those that have real use case and add real value. So again, I can't disagree with their, line of thought here. So they don't want merch to be the token that you use to buy stuff on the chart. Because starting out, merch is not a known token. So they are just keeping everything easier to purchase and just keep that chart green and every purchase showing up on the chart. But I'm sure as they grow and as merch becomes a household name across DeFi, across crypto, that can be something that they look to do, is that you have to buy merch in order to make the purchase. So we'll see how that plays out over time. We definitely can't do a token review without talking allocations and tokenomics. So let's hop right on into that. So we have a strategic approach to the amount we are raising in certain allocations. This is to ensure that we have a good LP balance for certain listings and an overall health, spread out distribution of tokens. This, along with our low tax, will enable larger investors to be part of our token in a more effortless manner. These figures are tentative and are subject to revision. So again, I'll try to make any edits in the description of the video below if they do change any of this. But right off the bat, these numbers are pretty standard, actually pretty good in my opinion. So let's go down the list and talk about each one. So total supply is 1 billion, which is super low, which I like. I hate the gazillion supplies. So seed sales, 5%, solid. Public sale, 27%. Liquidity is at 14%, which is pretty standard. Burns 40%, which is awesome. Centralized exchanges set aside 6.9%, which is solid. And then staking 5.1%. So again, all figures right here, pretty much the industry standard, nothing off about that. Because when you're talking red flags, looking at allocations is one of the first things that I do personally. But let's hop over and talk a little bit about the tokenomics. So Coin Merch Governance Token is merch. Its holders dictate the future of the ecosystem and how it will mature. The revenue generated from the merchandise store will act as an insurance fund for merch. There will be a 2% tax collected from every buy and sell to keep the barriers to entry for any prospective investors low, hence increase in volume, while still collecting funds towards the following areas. So there's simply a 2% marketing and development fee. So it's super low. Obviously, the lower the tax, the more volume that will attract. So again, I am a fan of anything under 5%, but 2% is a pretty round number that I'm actually probably using on our project as well. So again, allocations look fine, tokenomics look fine, so everything good on that front. So last but not least, let's go ahead and check out some of the merchandise. So let's hop on over to coinmerch.io/shop. As you can see, they have hats, mugs, hoodies, accessories, t-shirts, all kinds of different things. And of course, as projects come to them and want to sell their merchandise, they are going to have a vast array of different projects as merchandise that they can go ahead and sell. But let's go ahead and click on the hat, kind of see how it works. I'll go ahead and move myself out of the way. This hat is $35. You go ahead and choose a color, which is white. You go ahead and add it to the cart. Wait for that to load up. You can view cart or check out. In this case, we're going to check out. We can hop on over there, move myself out once again. You're going to enter all your billing details and everything that they need to know here. You're going to hop on over here. Then you have BNB or BUSD, that you can make this purchase. You go ahead and place the order, and then that's that. If you know how to use Amazon or any mainstream site, you're going to know how to use this. But again, never financial advice, but I do think that this is a project very, very much worth your time to check out, especially because it's pre-sale and you have an opportunity to get in on the ground floor. I'll go ahead and link everything you need to know about the project down below. And that will do it for today's video. And until next time, trade safe.